All right, so I got these 2005 Dodge Caravan. The power door lock isn't working on the slide door here. So we're going to take a look at that. I was going to pull up some wiring diagrams on it and see what's up, but there's like, I don't know if you can see on that screen. There's about 30 different wiring diagrams for that motor, and I don't know which one it is. I don't feel like going through it right now, so I'm just going to start by seeing what I can see first, visual inspection. So I'm going to pull. These door panels are real hard to get off on these because you can see it's real close to the body right there. So it's pretty hard to get the door panels off. So what I am going to do is, if you take off this hinge right here, there's two bolts, and that'll actually allow this door to swivel out a little bit, enough to get the door panel off. So the first, and then you support it with a jack and put a pad under it so you don't scratch the door. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take these two bolts off and rotate this door out a little bit, just to give us access to a little bit easier access to the door panel. Because these door panels are a pain to get off. Also, looks like this one's already coming apart for some reason. Not sure what's going on there, but first step is take those out, and then we'll slide this door out, or swivel it away a little bit. Alright, so you can see here I got this latch loose, two 10mm bolts that hold it right here. The door's not going to fall off. You still got two other mounting points, one there and one there, but I still put a jack underneath it to keep the stress. Put a jack under there with some rags, keep from scratching the paint, keeps the stress off of those two contacts. So now we're in here, and these, now her power door, her lock latch fell down in here, but that would, normally you would unscrew that, and then you got to get this ashtray out right here. So there's a screw down there, we'll get that out, and then I think that's all that really holds the door panel screw-wise. And then the rest of it's just all pot clips, I'm pretty sure. But if something else pops up, I'll mention it. But I think it's just unscrewing this, which is already just down in the door somewhere, and then taking this ashtray out. And I think the rest of it's all pot clips. So I'll work on that. We'll get this door panel off, take a look inside there. Alright, so this door panel's been off before. It's kind of in rough shape, but it's got some busted clips and stuff in it already. There's a lot of glass falling out of the door. So this thing is, at one point or another, had a busted window. Someone came in here and replaced it. Anyway, get the screws out, and then I use a tool like this to pull door panels and panels like that. This is old AC Delco one. I've had this for years. You know what you want to do if you never took a door panel off is get your tool back behind the panel here and grab a hold of that and just pop them out. And those just push into the, these just push into the door. So anyway, I got that off, and we're going to peel this back and get over to that lock and see what's going on over there. Oop, there's that piece that was missing. So anyway, I'm going to get this off and pull some of this stuff out, and we'll get in there and see what's going on with this. Alright, so I got it off here. You see this thing, it's got little shards of glass all over the place. I'm getting cut up. This thing has this little protective panel's got all kinds of glass that's stuck on it. So this is a dangerous job here. Anyway, I think this is the power lock motor right here. So we're going to test to make sure if we're getting voltage down to this or what's going on. I may have to go through all those wiring diagrams and figure out what's what. It looks like it's only two wires, but there's another harness that goes up. And I'm not sure. I think it's this one here, but I'll have to double check. And so anyway, I may have to go through those wiring harnesses and figure out what's what and do some tests on it. Alright, so you can see here I got this Test light, oh, it just fell apart, of course. Got this test light rigged up by myself, so I just taped my test light to the door, and then I got a T-pin coming out, going this connector, and we will, I already tested it. It's got power going to it, so the actuator motor's bad, but I'll show you anyway on at least one wire. So all you do is just put your T-pin in this pigtail. There's two wires. It's going to be an up and a down. So when you press down, one wire will light up. You press up, the other wire will light up. I've already tested them, but I'll just show you real quick. It's kind of a pain because I've been, like I said, I've been in the shop by myself. So, but anyway, I'll kind of show you. What I'll do is just put this T-pin back into this connector, and then we'll go to the front and activate the lock, and I'll show you this test light will light up, which is proof that we don't have a wiring problem. We just have got a critter inside the shop. Hey, what you doing? I don't know. People let these stray dogs run around. This mangy mutt here just walked right into the shop. Look at him. He's just walking around like he. I don't know. I wish people would take better care of their dogs. Keep these mangy mutts locked up. Anyway, oh no, now he's coming here. I don't know this dog. He might be a little bitey. Anyway, I'll hook this back up and show you from the driver's door where the switch is at that it lights up. All right, so hopefully you can see that. I'm in the front. When I activate the switch here, if I can find it. What a pain. Sometimes it really is a pain to be by yourself. See there, it lit up. A little bit of glare on this light. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, that lit up. So what we're looking at is an actuator motor on this. It's inside here. There's some Torx we got to take off to get to it. And so we'll pull that off, and then we'll pull this out to get that actuator motor. We'll go through that. All right, to get that motor actuator out, we'll have to pull out these three T30s. I don't think you have to take this one out. I'm pretty sure it's just these three up here. So we'll pull these out and pull that assembly out of there. Alright, so this is what it looks like when it's removed. What we're looking for is this here. This is the actuator for the door locks. I believe it's got one Torx right here that holds it, and then the rest of it just snaps in. So we'll take this out and remove this motor. Alright, so that's a T15 right there. So I'll remove that out, and it should snap right out. It's kind of hard to hold the camera in. I'm getting tired of me saying that too. So that just comes out. And then if you hold, the back of it, it just, there's really nothing that holds it on. It's just got this arm right here that goes on. I didn't show that, but you will have to remove the rod that comes from the door lock itself. It's one of those little pushover clips. You just pull this off the rod, and then it slides right out. So this is the old motor, the actuator that's dead. I already went to the junkyard and got a new one. So we're going to put that on. This is the junkyard actuator. So yeah, I'm going to bolt it on, and then we'll test it and make sure it works. Because the junkyard won't let you bring in your jump packs. So it's a big gamble, but it's a 45 day guarantee on this. So we'll slide in there and make sure it works before we put it all back together. Alright, so here we are actuating it. And motor works, but it makes a horrible noise. can see that it works. Definitely making a noise. And that was, I don't know. Maybe we'll check it out and see if we can figure out what the deal is. But it definitely doesn't sound that well. Alright, so I pulled this little motor, this little actuator apart, and all the gears look fine in there. I don't know why it's making all that noise, so I took this gear off and repacked it with some grease. And I packed this with grease, so hopefully it'll not sound as bad. If it does, then I'll just, if it goes out, I'll take it back and get another one. But, so anyway, yeah, I just repacked that with grease, and we'll see what happens with it. Alright, so just got back from the auto parts store, picked up this motor from O'Reilly's. It's pretty spendy. It's a little over 80 bucks for this little thing. Comes with everything you need. You got to attach the arm. So we'll go ahead and attach the arm, put it on that bracket, and start to get this thing back together. I still got to do a tune-up on it, so I need to start moving on it. So you can see here the arm is already on this motor, but it's on backwards. I guess this motor works for both driver's side and passenger side, and they give you the right arm for the driver's side. So I was a little bit wrong earlier when I said it didn't have the arm on it. It's actually on there. It's just it's for the wrong side. You can see that the clip on this one is to the left, and on this one is to the right. So we just need to take this arm off and put this one on, which is the right one for the driver's side. So I'll do that real quick before I put it back in the bracket. Alright, so you can see here, it is working. So we're good to go. We'll put slide this back in the door and put these Torx back in. You can see here it's made in Canada. Those hosers up there put all this together. So anyway, we'll slide this back in the door, and we got this rod here for the lock that goes in that arm that we put on, and then we got the 3 bolts here. So we'll kind of go over that next. Alright, so I got it started here, all 3 bolts, and then I put this rod on. To be honest with you, I took the rod off at that end and then slid it back in this way to this end, because it's just easier that way, or I thought it was. This whole job's kind of awkward because, you know, you can't slide the door open all the way like you can a normal door. So you only have this much room to work with, and I don't know, it can be a little bit awkward and a little bit challenging. So just take your time with it, and so yeah, I'm gonna tighten these up, and then make sure all the cables work, everything's working, and then I'll start putting the door panel back on. But and this one down here, you don't have to take that one off, so just leave that one alone. So anyway, we're going to go to this now and tighten it up. Alright, so I got the door panel back on. It's pretty much reverse of how I showed you to get it off. Put those 2 bolts back in that hinge. That's pretty easy to do. You just slide the door back over to its position. And anyway, I got it locked now. And that was the big concern before. It would never lock, so it won't come loose. I'll unlock it, and there you go. So you can kind of see here, down, up, down, up. So that's fixed. Got lucky. I didn't have to pull the wiring diagram or anything on it. It's just 2 wires for the actuator motor. Sometimes I can overcomplicate things on myself. Sometimes on things like this, it's better just to dig in on it and see what you find. Which is what I did, because I didn't feel like sitting on the computer for a half hour looking for the right one to download. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for a door actuator on these. They sell it. It's interchangeable. The motor they sell works with either side. You just got to change the arm. And only thing left, I'm going to do a tune-up on this engine. It's a 3.3, but I'm not going to show that, and nothing real exciting about that. So that's pretty much it for the door actuator. on the sliding door on a 2005 Grand Caravan. We'll tune her up and get this hoopty back to its owner.